Well, people, I don't know how it's going to go this time round. Right, got a good stream. I don't know how I can tell how many people I got on. Let's have a look at stats. The stats. No idea. Got a different user interface and can't get my head around it. Oh, I see. In big letters there. Current or concurrent viewers. Chat rate. Digger 1. Hello, man. How you doing? Hope things are working out. I've been fiddling around with stuff, hence the background. Hope you like it. A bit of green screen. Mr. Grumpy's got a green hat, and if you look at his hat, a see-through. There you go. Never wear anything green. Right, Digger 1 in the house. Well, I don't know what we're going to talk about today. It's basically a test, really, of move cameras and just a bit of getting used to it, really. So what do you think of my background? It's a bit weird because if you notice, sometimes I put my arm out, I'll get cut off, you see, by that gold coin. So I've been trying to fiddle around with screen sizes to no avail. So I hope the audio is working. Righty, 4 viewers, eh? Wow. Trouble is, I can't see. I can see who's on, but then I've got to scroll down here and look for chats. You can't see anything. That's not good, is it? Can you hear anything? What can you see? Is it just a grey screen or what? Let me look at my preview. Well, can you see anything now? Could be a disaster. Last time I had it working, and now you can't see anything. Well, oh, bugger. Ryan, it's gone all down the toilet. Can you hear me? Can you hear any audio? I am on. Great, you can hear me, but you can't see me. So what have I done wrong? Well, I should be there because I've got a public view screen, and I'm there and I'm on there. Not quite sure what's going on. It's all good here, sound okay, so is the image. That's Thor's treasure. So Thor, you could see me, and Digger 1 and Ryan can't. So the feed must be going out. Surely the live stream must be working if Thor can see it. All looks and sounds good. Right. Yeah, Thor's treasure. How you doing, mate? Have you been out today? Or this week? Done any swinging? Found any interesting gear? I see. Ryan's closed it and opened it again. I would assume he means the YouTube window, and that's working. So it's just a little bit weird because on my preview screen I can see myself, but I'm about 10 seconds behind. So if I go I won't see that until about 10 seconds later. So it's a bit weird. Well, I'm glad it's okay with you, Thor's treasure. Right, just I can't get everything on this window, which is a bit annoying. 7 viewers at the moment. Trouble is I can't list who's watching, only by Digger 1, you're with me now. I can see you now. I opened and closed it. Oh, that's an open and closed case. Okay, right. It's just weird. I've got a different YouTube. That's called Live Control Room. And I can see I'm live. I can see how long I've been on. Got 9 viewers now. Excuse me. So, but it's just I can't get the amount of viewers I've got and the chat screen in one screen, which is a bit annoying. It's on the same page, but it's a bit you can't drag and drop. Trouble is, I've opened my screen up a bit because I'm trying to read the screen over there without any bins on, because you get reflection from the lights on my glasses. So just a bit vain, really. You've been out in the snow, have you? I'm going to have to make this screen bigger. I'm old and I can't see it. That is bad. Right, I'll just have to go up and down. I'll just stick with the chat window. That's the most important thing, isn't it? Debbie. Well, hey. Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. Got no real agenda today. Just a general chit chat, really. If you want to fire any questions at me, or start a topic. As I say, I'm assuming you can see the backdrop of the gold, the gold coin and the silver groat. But my actual, that's weird. The system I'm using. If I put my arms out there, can you see me? My hands are disappearing out there, and I can't get my window to spread out. It's really weird. Oh well. Oh, what a day. So Thor's been out in the snow. Did you find anything in the snow? That's the question. Right, Thor, is it just a quick hi and a quick bye? Not sure on the times when I should do this. I thought 9 o'clock, because then that'll be about 4 or 5 o'clock in the States. I don't know whether I'll get any US subscribers on, because there's quite a few subscribers from the States. Debbie, tough luck, Debbie. First day out since the snow and you felt zilch. Found zilch. I know the feeling. Digger 1. What have you got? Victoria. 2. And an 1841 silver coin. Nice one. Every silver is good. What do you guys think about the backdrop? I mean, just got a green screen here, but through the powers of magic on the computer, it looks a bit different. So, do you like it? I don't know. I've got a bit of good news today. The farmer I got permission with, and as somebody on here might know, has given me the okay for a couple other places. So that could be interesting. So tomorrow or Friday I should be out there swinging. I'll give it a bash. My wife reckons this is what I am. Yeah, Stiga 1 took a bit of head scratching to get this thing to work. Wife doesn't really appreciate a big green screen here. I've sort of taken up most of the room on one side with my computer and my little, call it studio I suppose, little desk and green screen over there, which I do reviews and filming the products when I can be bothered. And I've just taken over behind me with that 6 foot by 8 foot green screen. So that went down like a lead balloon. Yes, Ryan. I'll talk to you about it. I'll message you about it, but you know where they are anyway. But it's just knowing that you can go on them. You know, it's, I don't know whether you got anywhere asking. Yeah, it probably is. There's Ryan. It's a farm. How can I say? There's a farm on a hill that with radish stalks on. There's another place which got thumbs up, and also just up the road from me we talked about, and just confirmed today that he's okay about it. I'm not going into too much details on here. I don't want everybody turning up. Got to change mud now. Oh, I want a Bacardi and Coke in. This one's got a cup of tea in it. Oh, so you're lost a bit of free time, maybe, Ryan, with the new job. It's just 5 people. It's probably going to be my limit, isn't it? 5. I think I've got 245 subscribers. I don't expect them all to be on, but we'll see how it goes. Anybody got any questions to ask? I've been looking at other people's live streams, and they all differ in various degrees of goodness. Not saying I'm anything to talk about, but I'd rather pause now and again, take a breath, and see if anything pop up on the screen. So it's a bit of a tumbleweed moment at the moment. I've got to try and think of something to talk about now, haven't I? Ah, I've got it. The webcam I'm using is just a Logitech 510. It's only 720p, but you know, I think the picture's fairly good. So I thought, right, I've got a Canon. Sussed out how to hook it up, downloaded the EOS utility to make it work. There's a live cam, and the picture was crap. Could not get it. You think, well, it's 900 quid's worth of camera. You think it's got to be better than a 50 quid webcam. I could not. I wasted a whole afternoon messing about with settings, and in the end I gave up. I'm just using the webcam. I might invest in a 1080p Logitech, because then I think I'll get my screen widened out, because you can see my hands disappear off. I can lose my arms there. It's a bit weird. I don't know why it does it. I can't suss out. I'm using OBS at the moment, and it's not the easiest of software to use. You have to be into it fairly, and some of the settings are hidden up in menus, and it's taken a lot of googling and YouTubing. Yeah, it's good you got a job, Ryan. I've unfortunately I'm self-employed basically. I service and repair domestic oil-fired boilers, and some of you have commented on why I look like this, and then some people are, you know, kind enough not to mention it, but I think it was the 16th of December I woke up and had Bell's palsy, and if you don't know what that is, you just wake up like that. Couldn't really talk, dribbled, eye was down here, and I've had a rough time of it. That was 2016, and it's a long road to recovery, and it's been about 14 months now, and the mouth is starting to come back. I still dribble a bit, and if I try and drink, if I'm not careful, dribble. Well, I can get a pint pot in my mouth, that's not a problem, but I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Hey, Digger One, just break out of my sorry tale, saying congratulations on your 100 subscribers. Nice one, 131 now. Once you hit about 100, that'll start creeping up a little bit more, but you've got to keep pushing the content out. If you sit on your heels and don't put anything out, it's weird. You put a new video out and the subscription rate rise up, and that's also a little bit upsetting when you see someone who's unsubscribed. You think, oh, I've got, I don't know, 250, yeah, and then you look again, that's 248. You think, oh, lost 2. But anyway, Bell's palsy. Cut a long story short, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. You lose basically a nerve, the main nerve, which comes up here, and it breaks out into 5, and that does mouth, nose, eye, forehead and everything, and had an infection, and that sort of basically strangled the nerve, and I lost all my nerves. I thought I had a stroke, but it's all good. I'm getting things back. It's just eye doesn't want to work, and it won't focus, so I'm sort of one-eyed at the moment, so I'm self-employed and I haven't been working, so it's not been a barrel of laughs. So I thought I'd try and get out, do a bit of metal detecting, do a few videos, because I enjoy metal detecting and editing and stuff like that, and just looking for a bit of support really. I don't like asking for support, but other people do it. Start a Patreon page. There's I keep pointing in the wrong direction there. You guys, you know what Patreon is all about. Basically, it's a pledge platform which you pledge money per month. Starts off at $1, so what's that in today's money? About 74p. So if it's 74p a month, if I had 100 of them, that'd be a little bit coming in, but it's not what I started out to do, make a living. But there are people out there with very healthy Patreon pages, and also very healthy YouTube subscription base as well, and that does bring a little bit of revenue in. But I digress. I'll talk about my problems. Yeah. Well, no, I think Saturday and Sunday Ryan is supposed to piddle down according to the forecast. I was thinking about tomorrow or Friday because I don't work. It's the only advantage. So I just try and get the best days. So probably going to be tomorrow or Friday, because according to the forecast they're supposed to be rather moist on Saturday and Sunday. Our Digger One looks like he got a potential subscriber. Yeah, thanks Digger One, that's kind of you for your kind words, but when I first had it, because I didn't know what was going on, I knew it wasn't stroke because you could put your hands up in the air and stuff like that. I did ring the NHS helpline, was it 101 or whatever that number is, and I went through all the list of questions and that, and I said I'm sure it's not a stroke, blah blah blah, but they insisted on sending a paramedic out. So the paramedic was in the next village. I think he took about 9 minutes to get to me, which is pretty good. It'd normally take you about 20-25 minutes to get here if you drove normally, and he was 1 minute too late. He should have made it in 8 minutes, so that didn't go down well on their records. So he was out here for about an hour and a half plugging things in, and very nice bloke, but he said it's Bell's palsy, and there we go. Now I know what Bell's palsy is, but until I had it, I didn't know about it. And a surprising amount of people like Digger One who's had it or know somebody who's had it, but for the first month I didn't want to go out. It's really hit myself, very self-conscious about it, because it was a lot worse than this, and looked quite bad, and I just didn't want anybody looking at me and asking me questions, so I just stayed in the house and unfortunately made the wife do a lot of work. But you know, I suppose I'm about 90% better. I still bite the, because you can't close your eye at night, so you had to tape it closed, and that was so painful because it wouldn't close. It blinks a bit now, so it lubricates it, but you used to have to keep putting drops in. So painful, and there's a fair list of stuff what you get or you can't do when you got Bell's palsy. You can't blink that, you can't raise your eyebrow, furrow your eyebrow, you can't wrinkle your nose, you dribble, you slur, you bite the inside of your mouth a lot when you chew, and you can't clear the food from your mouth. You know, you stick your tongue down like I can't do it this side, so you just stick your finger in your mouth and get it out. You lose sense of smell and taste. Amazingly, one side of your tongue, on the affected side, you lose taste. And the day or so before I woke up with it, I had a metallic taste in my mouth. I had a little bit of an ear infection, and that was all it was. I had an infection that contracted the channel where the nerve went through, and that just crushes the nerves and cuts them off. So the nerve, I think, it does regrow. The body's good, it does regrow, something like a millimetre a week, month, I don't know, very slowly. So I've had it over a year now, and local hospital said, well, that's probably as good as you're going to get. You might have some improvement in the second year, but it's doubtful. So I've got one last roll of the dice. It's a specialist hospital, quite a way away, and just waiting for an appointment, but can't really see they can do an operation or, excuse me, Botox injections, but I don't fancy them Botox. There we are, we'll have to see. So once I know what the score is there, then I'll have to map my life out. Alright, so a quick squeeze, what you're saying. Blimey, midnight till 8 AM. If you've got spare time, Ryan, send us a message, and you know, if I'm about, and I, you know, let off a leash, I'll come out. Debbie's out tomorrow. Got a different permission. Permission's good. I just drafted up a permission letter I was going to send out, because it's got the one, well, my father-in-law's ex-farm, so I've got his land, but I've got one permission with another farmer, and I was getting a bit tight for fields because, you know, this time of the year everything's in crop, and obviously you don't start stamping over people's beans because beans don't bend very well, they tend to break. So I just had the one field which I'm sort of doing to death really on my videos, so was going to send out a load of letters, but luckily for me, I've got a bit of extra land to go on, a different farm, or 2 different farms actually, so we have to give it a bash. One of them sounds quite promising. I shall hit that one tomorrow with a bit of luck. That's in stubble, so nothing, you don't fear about crushing any crops or anything. So yeah, thanks Debbie. Does digging keep the mind off it? Yeah, it does actually. I've always have liked getting out on my own. People say, "Are you a member of a club or do you go on rallies?" I don't really. I'm a bit of a lone wolf, and I don't mean that like night hawking wise. Just like my own company, really. I'm quite sad, really. I mean, Ryan, if you come out with me, I'll probably bore the pants off you. But you probably keep well away from me. I'll leave me hat cam on and everything. Look a bit of a wally. Have I got my hat cam down there to show you? Oh, just an XP hat, which has got a camera on. Yeah, look. That's a 4K Boblov X6 sports camera, but I just use 1080 really on 60 frames per second. 4K is massive files, plus doesn't like it. It freezes up, so you think you're recording something in 4K and you're not. So learn by my mistakes. When you come back and you've got a whole card of nothingness. Yeah, I just like it. All due respect to the family, I can get out on my own for a couple of hours, get away from the kids and the wife. But yeah, it's good. Whether, you know, obviously it's been a bit of a challenge over the last few weeks because I've tried to keep the content coming and I've tried to do at least 1 video, maybe 2 a week. But getting out there on the snow has completely stopped it. You can do it in snow, but I can't. I'm not going to do that. But the cold, I mean, there's been days I've been out there and there's been like minus with wind chill, even worse. So yeah, it does keep your mind off it. But yeah, I get twitches as well. It's weird. That'll twitch here and sometimes here, and because the way it's explained to me, the nerves, one of them's got a break in it there, so the other one has bridged it, so you've got one nerve doing 2 things. So when I chew, I try not to do it on camera because I look a bit of a wally. When I chew, I blink, so the chewing in the eye, that goes the same. But your nostrils, I can't flare it very well. If you breathe through your nose quick, that nostril goes right in like that. But I'll stop it. You might think I feel sorry for myself. I don't now, honestly I don't, but it's just I'm at a junction in my working life really. Been self-employed for 10 years and now I've had a year doing nothing at all, so I've had no money coming in, so I've had to cash in certain things and sell a few things, and you know, just surviving day to day really. And if I can't get any joy with this eye, then I'm not sure what the career is going to be. Yeah, Digger one, I did do side by side, and found it for the old footpaths. I don't know whether they're still current footpaths, but that marks out all the old footpaths, so that might be an idea just to go over them first. on the side by side maps where you drop down to change your maps for the left hand screen, I'm using number 3. I can't remember what it is now, 1888 to 1913, and on one particular farm there's a little oblong box and it's got tank beside it, What's all that about? What, a tank bang tank or a water tank? I don't know what it is. And also there's some P's on the map, and I've looked on the OS site for the abbreviation explanation, and I got about 8 P's meaning different things. That could be anything from pump, pit, anything, so I don't know. But yeah, I thought footpath's got to be the one to go first, because if they're old enough, people are going to be up and down, dropping the old groats out and all your Romans, you never know. We go for a red escort van. Oh, condemned? Why is it? Does it stand access full of holes? A distinctive red escort. So what is distinctive about a red escort then, Ryan? Debbie's upgraded to 4.1. I think there is. At one point I had a 9-inch HF, and I upgraded obviously to 4 because you have to have 4 to use the HF coil, and I could not get on with it. The ground balance was down all the while. It was not stable at all, and when it goes low, it was just so noisy. And I went back to 3.2, just the same. I thought this is marvellous, you know. It was nice and steady 3.2. Long story short, sold the HF just before Christmas. Might be on here. If he's on here, he might pop up. So I bought it and I'm using it, and it's brilliant. And then I upgraded to 4.1, and bingo, solid ground balance again. But they've done away with the ground balance numbers. Have you noticed that, Debbie? When you use it, there's no top ground balance numbers anymore, and there's a new screen in the menu about ground sensitivity. So I don't know, but regardless to what is on the screen, it's quieter now, and I'm getting more depth with the 4.1, so I think you'll find us good. If you had any issues with 4, I think 4.1 is the way to go. So I've just got the 11-inch coil and 4.1 at the moment. Nick, does it affect metal detecting? What do you mean, Bell's palsy? No, not really. Well, I say no, it doesn't now. When I first had it, and after a month or two, I got used to having it, and I felt more confident to go out. I know it sounds pathetic. I went out, but because you couldn't close this eye, the wind, that's so painful. That's really, really painful. And used to stream. My eye used to stream, and my nose used to stream on the affected side. So I suppose, yeah, it did affect me in that respect, but it was good to get out, because I'd sort of locked myself away for a couple of months, and but the eye's a lot better now. It does blink a bit if I can force it. I mean, when I first got it, you could not force that eye closed. I could not raise my eyebrows. I mean, if you notice, when I do that, I get all this is all connected for some reason. So I couldn't do the eyebrow. Oh, this is my smile. Lopsided. Goes up here okay, but then, yeah. But it's sort of a smile. It's not down like it was. That did look like I had a stroke. It's where a tank was placed in the war. Is that right? Oh, great. I could find some live ammunition. Right, okay, because that's like a fairly big, well, not say bigger, but sort of a bigger than a dot or a little dash mark. It's near the road as well. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, well, I'll bear that in mind. I might head for that. But it's on different farms. That won't be tomorrow. It's cool as hell. What do you mean? Because it's full of holes? Yeah, so Debbie, you've noticed the ground balance number's not there, but they reckon it will appear if the ground is mineralised enough. if it got mineralised ground, then it will come up. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, it works. You hear the sound, you dig it, you find things. I must have confessed, I nearly sold the Deus, and I was considering the, oh dear, what's it called? The 800 Mine Lab Equinox. The Equinox 800. That's multi-frequency. I was considering about selling all the Deus gear, and I could probably afford the 800 Equinox and have a bit of cash left over. But I don't know. I've not heard brilliant reports about it, and people say it's just about as good as the Deus, so I might as well keep the Deus. The only advantage I think is it uses multi-frequencies all at once, but someone said in the manual it recommends using one frequency at a time, a single frequency. So what's all the dual frequency sales pitch for? You're one step ahead of me, Ryan, because that's exactly what I thought about that meadow. It's the one with a lagoon in it. Don't think I like you being one step ahead of me. The trouble is you've got inside information, haven't you? Yeah, any Roman's good. I've had well 3 or 4 Roman, nothing major, but it's nice when they've got detail on, and you can see, you know, the head and the figures at the back. It's the Romans you get where you know they're Romans, but you can't see nothing on them. I just got one back from the FLO. That's a Roman coin. I didn't know it was, and they must have one heck of a magnifier, because they could tell me whose it was and what figures were on the back. I put it on my last video, the Finds review, and I wouldn't have known it as a Roman. Ticket 1, and the P is for protection post, not quite protection post. If you look on the OS website and go into their abbreviations for all the FP, footpath and stuff like that, P is about 8 of them. Could be all sorts, I don't know. Debbie, yeah, I got 2.5 foot hole with the squeak. Nothing in there. I won't say the word you use, but there was nothing in there. Yeah, you get them, don't you? And also the other ones you get when you dig, can't find it, and that's in the side, in the wall of the hole, about 2 inches down. All good fun, isn't it? Oh, Debbie's going to go for the Equinox. What, the 600 or the 800? Yes, you make me laugh, Ryan. I don't know what the delay is. There's a delay for me looking at you and doing something, and I look at the other screen. I've got 2 screens at the moment. I've got my main screen, which I can see what you're seeing, so I know I'm not putting my hand out there or going too far forward, and then I go all, well, that's not happened. You lose the green screen effect. But on the screen what you're looking at, I'm just doing the pointing bit, so that's about 10-15 second delay, and I'm not sure in what relation to what you see to what your comments are, so I'll just answer them as I come up, and I'm just leaning forward now, aren't I? Yeah. Well, you've had 40 minutes of me waffling on. Shall I carry on waffling, or do you want to ask any questions, or I don't know. Time, I'll ask you a question. What time? We decided on a Wednesday. If you want, I can do this every Wednesday. It's not a problem, but if you don't think that's worth it, just tell me, Steve, it's not worth it, mate. Just pack it in. What time? I only started at 9 tonight because I thought that might catch a few US subscribers, and I'm not sure whether it'd be a bit early. I think 9's about 4 o'clock in the States, so probably still working. I mean, to catch them you're probably going to have to do it 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, which is a no-no for the UK. So what time do you think would be better for you? I just got the kids to bed in time for 9 for tonight. I was about a minute late, so I don't know whether, I mean, excuse me, anything earlier than 9 mean I'll have to miss out on the bedtime, but I don't know. You tell me. You're my subscribers, for which I thank you very much. Debbie, you say 800 Deus doesn't cut it on the beach. You want to try the new settings in 4.1. In theory, although I haven't tried it yet, it should be good for beach. I normally take mine away with me. We go somewhere on the coast, but it's not a lot of sand. We hire or rent a bungalow on a cliff, and the beach directly down in front of it is sort of stony until the tide goes out, so you're not going to get any like coin spills or rings or stuff. There are a few pockets where people sit for the afternoon, so but I've taken it out on 3.2, and you hear signals, you dig them, and there's nothing there. So yeah, I know where you're coming from on 3.2, but they do say that 4.1 is going to be good for beach, but I don't know, haven't tried it. I'll have to wait till August. Debbie, you make me laugh, you do. 9 o'clock because Corrie's finished. So if I do it before 9, I'm going to lose you. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Digger 1 has retracted a message. So 9's cool. Is that 9 o'clock still? I don't mind 9. I mean, I don't know how long you want me to waffle on for, but I don't know. Did you find that gold? No, I'm afraid I didn't find that gold coin. I'm going to try and point in the right direction. There. That coin, no. I'm afraid that's a stock photo. Naughty old me. But that there, that there groat, I did find. That was on my father-in-law's farm. And that was a real ear basher. You knew you got that one. Pity it was a bit knocked about, but a groat is a groat, as they say. Oh right, I see. Digger 1's explaining a bit more about this P. Right, okay. Debbie, I think they recommend, or they say, it's because they've got two programs on the Deus, dry beach, wet beach, and they reckon they've sorted it out. I don't know, so I'll take mine, or I'll take a spin down the wet beach, but where I go, the tide, you have to, if you go in for a swim, you have to wade out about 200 or 300 yards before you get up to chest. It's a real sort of steady slope. There's a popular beach a bit further up, but I just a bit conscious about people looking at you. You know, you either got to get there before they get there first thing, or just after they pack up and go out in the evening. Because obviously you got the dry top of the beach where the tide's never going to get, and that's where normally people sit with the towel and everything. So I could do, but you got to time it. I did think about going to my local beach, but that's mostly cobbles and stuff, and I'm not being disrespectful for people who do beach detecting in any shape or form here, but it's not my bag. You know, pennies, 2 pennies, nails. Sorry, I honestly don't mean that to be disrespectful. But no, I'd rather get out in the fields where hopefully you know there's been activity, you know, Romans and Vikings and all that. I mean, I had a nice Anglo-Saxon 9th century strap end. When I found it, I thought, what's this? Oh, it's a bit of metal with an owl on it, but I had it up the wrong way, so we turned it around. That was shaped with the shields and stuff like that, and that even had 2 silver rivets still in there, so that had to go away because that's treasure. And I thought, oh, local museum's got to have it, because I know for a fact that the one on display is fairly ropey and got nothing, no silver or anything, but I didn't want it, so I got it back. So it's the only good thing with the FLO. You have to send them away for several months, but when you get them back, you get all the paperwork, and it's all listed what it is, who made it, what the money is, and exactly. So you've got a nice bit of paperwork to go with your find. So that's really cool. Ryan, that's Howard. What, Henry VIII? Oh, sovereign penny. How long have you been doing this then, Ryan? I thought you were a newbie. You're doing quite well for a newbie. Yeah, Ryan, where the radish shoots are, that meadow, there's a look like a building or some sort of there's a square that's got a P with it. That could be a position, I'm not sure. Then there's that tank at the end of the road, and there's another P, because as you go into that farm, there's a couple of houses on the road, isn't there? And there's a P there, and obviously the map what I'm looking at hasn't got the houses what further down the drive. Oh, it's all sod try just talk about things and not say where they are. Got a big mouth, I normally let something slip. Oh, excuse me. That's always good when you get your first hammered. Nice one, Debbie. James the First. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I'm not dissing anybody who does beach detecting, because I know a couple of 3 people who purely just do beaches. But certainly it's good if you're on holiday and you're at a beach, so why not have a go at the beach? Yeah, but I don't think I'd make a deliberate point of going out to a beach. Not unless there's something freaky happened, not a really big tide or storm or something, then it might have churned it up enough. But I think if I went to the beach and got a quid. Oh yeah. The trouble is, currency you can spend's good. I mean, the quids you're a bit up a certain creek without a paddle, because you can't spend them no more. You can still take them in the bank. They might take a dim view with these horrible grotty little pound coins. I found a 50p piece on the last video. I'm in the middle of editing it, so it should be out in the next day or two. I thought, yeah, I'll be able to spend that in a machine, but they've changed. The new 50p pieces are about 2 or 3 mil smaller. I can't even spend that. And I suppose if you get a spendable quid, you can stick them in coffee machines, but since I've changed them to the flat-sided pounds, you're a bit stuffed with that as well, aren't you? My mate used to file down 50p to make them 10p machines. Years ago, this is in the 70s, that just proves how old I am. You used to be able to cut out a bit of metal, shape it like a 50p piece, and go somewhere and use it in the machine. Not that I used to do that, of course, but that's how it was. A bit more technical now. Yeah, pasture, Debbie. I've not really got a lot of it. I've just managed to get hold of one. I'm going to give that a go, but there's some meadows and pasture land I've got, but it's too tall. There's grass up here somewhere. and you know, you can't get the swing. Ryan, your best permission, is that in the same village as the meadow farm? I mean, I'm not sure what green waste is. What is green waste? Surely you don't put rubbish on your land, surely. Tin cans and foil. There is a lot, actually there was a lot of foil, Ryan, on that field with the radishes, you know, ones with the 3-foot stalks. You can't, they grow radishes, and this radish family, they're big ones and they're massive, and the stalks are sort of like 2 or 3 feet tall, and they basically sow these, grow them, they rot off, and they leave the holes where they've been, so they drain and aerate soil. And the foil I found on that field, unbelievable. Digger 1, what sort of phone you got, mate? I think the phone's out to get you, mate. Canslaw, yeah. Who said Canslaw? Yeah, I love that program. It's filmed just up the road. That'll give you some idea where I am. Yeah, Canslaw. Oh, great. So all the crap you put in your brown bins, and some people might put a bit of foil in it by mistake, goes on the field, so magic. I thought they rotted that down as a water treatment place in town, and they take all that in there and they make it into compost, mix it all up with stuff and sell it back to the public. Yeah, I'm a bit short on Romans. I mistakenly found a Roman on the last video, which I haven't done yet, but previous to that it was on the same farm, but totally different field. That was a really small one. Constantine, is it? Right, let's have a scroll up, see how many we got left. Oh, we're still sitting with 5 viewers at the moment. I was hoping for a few more. That just proves how boring I am, I suppose. So I can't suss out, how do you know I was live? Does it suddenly go Suffolk Sifter is live? Because there's a feature you can set up within the YouTube that you can write, excuse me, you can write a bit about what's going to be about and the title and the time, and I thought you could like send that out like a day or 2 earlier, and people would get, oh, it's going to be on 9 o'clock on Wednesday, but then that didn't do it. That said that'll be sent out when you start streaming. Well, it's a bit late, isn't it? So anybody know how you notify your subscribers when you're going to be live? Must be a way to do it, surely. Oh God. Oh well. Shall I wrap it up? Got a tumbleweed moment at the moment. Anything you want to know before I go and watch the news? What's the time? 4 minutes to 10. Oh dear. You're working tonight, Ryan, so you've got to be at work at 12. I'm thinking about you when I go to bed at 12. How early did you get the notification, Ryan, about I was going to go live? Too scared. Romans are too scared, I see. You'd send them off, would you? I think one of my other favourite ones finds is a, I didn't think much of it. It looked like a little brass or not an alloy. So a bucket looked like a little horse's head, no, a dog head, and it came out into two little squares, but one had a bit broken off, and that turned out that was Viking horse harness piece. So, you know, a Viking had touched it. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, worth not a dicky bird, but in your hand you've got something which a Viking held. That's amazing. That's how that just does my head in. You know, you pick a coin out of the ground, Roman coin, that's sort of what, 1800, 2000 years old, and who lost it? Was he really hacked off when he lost it? How much was it worth? You know, was he on the way to the brothel and he lost his money? I don't know. It's just the history that really gets to me. You know, I love detecting. I love the making of the films. It keeps me out of the wife's hair. I love being quiet. I don't know if you can see this. It's pretty disgusting what I'm going to tell you now. Can you see that? See that white bit there? And it goes a bit brown. Do you want to know what it is? Oh, so Ron, you got a notification at 5 o'clock, which is cool. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you got 4 hours notice, which is good. I didn't, well, there's nothing in the instructions on how to do this thing on YouTube. So it went out earlier. The way I understood it is it went out at 9 when I started to stream. So that's good. Oh, come on, Digger One, man. Samsung Galaxy S7. How good are they? I very briefly had an S8 Plus, but I mistakenly went to BT, and although their reports area coverage says it's really brilliant where I am, it was absolute rubbish. I'm on Vodafone at the moment, so I had to return the S8, and that's another story which would take another hour to explain. Ah, right. Okay, Digger One, that's a bit more clearer now. I mean, I've subscribed to other channels which have live streams, and you just sort of see it, and that there's a red dot, so and so is now live, so you just don't take any notice of it. Right, well, it's still 5 people. Average view duration 12 minutes and 59 seconds. So some people are not hanging about, are they? Okay, I've been an hour now, so unless you want to ask any questions, I'll wrap it up and let you get on and to do what you got to do. I'll just pause for a second. If you've got anything you need to know or any suggestions, then just comment. Looking expectantly at the screen, bit of a tumbleweed moment. Right, I see nothing on the chat screen, so I assume you either nodded off or you're going to watch a rerun of Coronation Street. Thanks for the 5 people who hung on in now. An hour of me waffling away, you've done yourself proud. Can I just say, if you have not subscribed to Suffolk Sifter, if you happen to wander on this live stream by accident and you're interested in metal detecting, please subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and have a look at the videos. And if you like, thumb up. That's always good to do, a thumb up. Got a little thing which I'm thinking about doing in the future a giveaway. Would anybody be interested in a giveaway of some sort? I think what people normally do is they'll click subscribe, bell and all that, and then we randomly choose a winner. I think you can use a random generator, YouTube generator, so you can just randomly select one of your subscribers. Now what I was thinking about doing, and I'm going to have to go off camera to get it, I had a little screen to review, and I've done the review and I've never used it again. I'll just nip off that way and get it, or show you a box anyway. And I just thought, well, I'm not going to use it, and somebody else might want to use it. Good to play back a DVD or something. Anyway, let me get it. Ooh, like a head. Right, boom, back in the room. Do a raffle. Nice one. Good suggestion, Ryan. I will let you know about the field. It'll either be tomorrow or Friday. Right, this giveaway. Now, it's a well-known brand. Now, the colours on here are different. I think it's the camera or the lights or something. This, well, I don't know. It's quite. Yeah, that one's blue. But anyway, Yo-Yo. We sell, we care. It's a monitor, and the monitor's over there again. I'll just get that again. Oh, right, it's a bit dusty, but the monitor, look. Trying to get my lights in. I've forgotten, I've done a review on it. If you care to trawl through my videos, there's a review on a Yo-Yo monitor. It's, how do you do this? 8-inch. It's an 8-inch LCD colour monitor. I believe it's got sound. It's got 2 speakers in the back as well. You could use it for reverse camera. You can play videos, DVDs through it. There's a myriad of connections, and for that I would have to put my specs on. I should have got Specsavers. Right, you've got obviously your DC in, so you can run it via a mains adapter, or you can run it from the car, cigarette lighter. You've got a VGA in 9-pin serial. There's it just says HD, but it's HDMI input. Then you've got your phonos there. You've got 3. You've got video and your audio. There's one called Type C, which I think is this, like a USB. I think that's sort of like similar sized connector that go into an iPhone. And then there's a BNC connector. Oh, and I just thought, well, I probably won't use it again. The idea why I got it is when I got the Boblov camera, it's got a screen on, and it's also got a Wi-Fi facility, so I can connect it to my phone. Well, you have a heck of a job when that's sunny, looking at your mobile phone to see what the camera's taken, just to adjust the camera to make sure you've got it right, so you can film your finds. And I thought this would be good because I could make a little cover shroud up for it, so I'd keep it dark, and I could see, basically just double check the camera's in the right position, because you're a bit of a donkey if you get back after a day's filming and all you're filmed is the sky or your legs. And I thought, well, and I still got a protective screen on it, and I thought, well, maybe do a giveaway. I'm not sure what it comes with. Well, there's an HDMI lead there. Now I know for a fact it plays up. There might be a break in it somewhere, so I use mine. So that's probably an issue. There's a sticky pad which you can mount it somewhere, or there's holes in it. So say, because I've got one of these in my truck about yay up here, so, and I've screwed it onto the roof, or fixed it onto the roof line so I can have a reverse camera. That's your VGA 9-pin serial lead. I think one of these are mine, I'm not sure because I took it out. Oh, I know, no, tell a lie. The obligatory US 2-pin, Y, and then the UK. So you've got a UK mains lead. It's not very long, look, it's about a metre long, and obviously that powers it up, and then you can put your DVD player into it, or use it as a monitor on your, well, I suppose you could use it as some sort of editing screen or another screen on your computer, I don't know, because you can connect that via there. I might even find a manual for it, so I don't know, would that be of any interest? Not everybody's going to want it, but there are people out there who just who just will join just for the sake of winning a monitor and they don't really want. So there we are, that's just a thought. Or as Ryan said, do a raffle for £2 a throw for something, or do what they do on national telly, offer you a car and 50 grand at £2 a pop, give it 100,000 people take part, and then you can give it away, and you've got another 50, 100,000 in your back pocket. Oh dear, £2 a ticket. Well, instead of that, Ryan, I mean, you know, I've done a video on Patreon because I've got 2 patrons at the moment. For the, I won't waffle on too long. For the people who don't know what Patreon is, it's a US based platform to generate income for creators. So, and the people who pledge are called patrons. So if you're interested, just have a look. It's, I should have a thing now I can press and the thing will come up on the screen, but it's www.patreon, patreon.com/Suffolk Sifter, all one word. Basically you see my ugly mug on a fairly rubbish introduction video with me sitting in front of me loud curtains, and on the right of the screen you scroll down, the pledges start at $1, which I say is about 70 odd p, but you have to pay tax on it, which is another American thing, so $1 is probably $1.20, but it equates to about 70 or 80 pence a month. And the next tier, for the $1 pledge, you get access to my live feed on Patreon, so that's somewhere else you could sort of contact me and speak to me direct, and chat and swap pictures and stuff like that if you so wish. The next tier, I think it's $3 a month, and that gets you to see the videos I make 2 or 3 days before they released on YouTube. Haven't got any patrons at $3 at the moment, so, but if I did, what I do when I make my videos, I upload them to YouTube but schedule them to appear 2 or 3 days down the line and put the link into Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member or a patron of Suffolk Sifter, you get a notification and you can see that video 2 or 3 days before anybody else. There's another tier, I think it's $5. You get all the rest of it, access, see the videos first for $5. The extra bit is your name and a website at the back of the credits. So when my videos finish, there'll be a credit scroll up and all the patrons' names and websites will come up. I don't know. And there's a $10 tier, but that's just for creators who create videos and stuff. Basically, it's I'll give you a leg up. If you're starting out, I can put your name and website on my videos, so people can then, you know, go direct to you. One of my lights has just failed. Which one is it? Right there. So you can see a bit of the green screen messing about now. I must have been waffling on too long, guys, because it's gone 5 past 10 past 10. So yeah, visit Patreon, see what you think. Just make a comment on it, really. I did do a video on it and it went down like a lead balloon. Oh my god, what on earth are you asking people to pay money for you? I mean, I want your videos to be free. I want you to go out there every week and make videos for free, because I want for free. I can understand that. I can understand that. But I'm not unique. There are people out there and they're making a healthy living out of Patreon and YouTube. And as I said before, although I'm not out to make my living out of it, although I'm in a my situation at the moment, I could do with it, any patrons will be good. Just think about it. Just saying. And you can stop it after a month. You can carry on. You can stop at any time. So you can do month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and you can stop at any time. There's no clauses to say locked in for a year or 18 months like certain other suppliers. Right, I am going to wrap it up now. Alan. I see Alan and Debbie. Right, you chat away. No, seriously, guys. I wish I could stop saying guys. My girls, they watch a British girl. I won't mention her. She's very loud and very squeaky, and she's doing quite well for herself on YouTube. But that does get on my nerves, and she say guys a lot. Okay guys, just going to do this guys. Oh, 3 o'clock, if you get up at 3 o'clock you get chased by a clown. Oh dear, okay. Anyway, I'm waffling. Nothing much happening on the chats. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm going to be out doing filming a fresh video tomorrow. I've got one in the can. I'm editing at the moment. That should be out maybe Friday if I get my finger out. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch me. You're probably watching the telly, and I've got 6 viewers, so that is a record. That, my fellow detectorists, is a record. So before any more lights go, because they're on batteries, too tight to buy the AC adapters. But hey, if you've done my Patreon page, I could afford to buy some AC adapters. Now there's an idea. Right, okay, well, we'll do it again next Wednesday. We'll stick to 9 o'clock if that's okay with you. I mean, Debbie, I understand you've got to see Coronation Street. So I will pack it in now. It's 10:15. You've heard enough of me talking about absolute rubbish. Thanks for input. Nice talking to you. Digger one, I'll see you on another chat somewhere else, who's just got his video channel back. You know what I'm talking about. And thanks again. I'm now going to reach over and click stop streaming. Have a good night. We'll see you again. Reaching over, and we're going to stop in 3, 2, 1. You're out.